Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 19 of Nindies and Indies, a Nintendo fan podcast. I'm your host, ScrapGear. Joining me, as always, my good buddy, Draco Augustus. How's it going, man?
Hey, man. Going pretty good.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
Alright.
I'm on my phone, by the way, so if I sound worse, for the listeners.
Yeah. It's only marginally worse. It's not terrible, but it'll work.
Not terrible is pretty good for a set of iPhone headbuds on the dongle.
Yeah. Well, let's get right into this. What have you been up to?
Not a whole lot besides Fortnite. Well, there's the game that we talk about in the interview that I have been putting some more time into. That I'm also working on a review on, and then Arena of Valor, which has been pretty cool. But man, Fortnite still it's got its hooks in me so hard. It's hard to put it down. Apparently, I think you can get your Splatfest tee for the Inklings versus Octolings.
Yes, but, I saw a picture. I was poking around on Twitter this morning, and I saw that the latest one was Inklings versus Octolings. I'm like, yeah, that seems a little one-sided, but you know.
Well, it's funny because somebody put a thing in Twitter, I think, or maybe it was on Facebook, but it was oh, equality, bring everybody together, all the Octolings and Squids can be friends. First Splatfest after Octolings are introduced, Inklings versus Octolings.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. I think it's been so long since I've played it. I can't remember. It's Pearl and Marina are the two announcers now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Marina said something about, like, that seems a little odd. I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but again, like, that, I saw it on Twitter, and that's how I found out what the current Splatfest is.
It's like, we're all friends now. Let's fight each other.
Let's fight to the death.
Yeah. Speaking of Pearl and Marina, I did actually just pre-order the... apparently it was available again for pre-order on Amazon.
Nice.
I pre-ordered it. It comes. It says it should ship on the 13th. July 13th is when it comes out. They come out. And what I used to get those was an Amazon gift card I won from Mulehorn Gaming, or from the Patreon site for Analog Assault.
Nice.
Mule had a vid letter that went out for Patreons, and I was just listening to it while I was driving in my car. And he's like, all right, and that's it. And then like some music played, and then at the very end, it's like, hey guys, if you want to win a $25 gift certificate, just text me in the Patreon only Discord chat and say I love mule bags. And I was like, oh, okay, because I saw the notification that he posted something on there, and I was like, oh, I need to catch up on that. So.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I was like, I haven't listened to it yet. And then you got it. I'm assuming he was going to do whoever did it first was going to get it.
Yeah, that's what he did.
But, yeah. So anything else you've been playing?
I think might be a few. Pokemon Go. I always forget to mention Pokemon Go, but it's like a community day to day. I need to try to get out and do some, but I don't know if I'll get to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I caught a shiny Swablu.
Nice.
I'm on the hunt for shinies.
Oh boy!
I told you about my black Charizard, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Anyways. Playing that a bunch. Oh, I did open up Fire Emblem on my phone a bit. Fire Emblem Heroes. I was like, what is it called? Yeah, just because I had a bunch of free summonings, and I got one of the summer skins. I can't remember who for. But yeah, that game's pretty cool. It's always fun to go back to.
Yeah, I've
But
hopped in
yeah,
it every once in a while, but I've kind of lost interest in it just
yeah,
because
the
like
most I do.
I have the Fire Emblem Fates games on my 3DS,
Yeah,
so
yeah, the most I do, I'll go in and do something that'll get me orbs, and the only I'll only do it if I can basically put it on auto battle. Like,
yeah.
although there were a few things that I took it off of auto battle and was just doing it, just fun little strategy game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's it, man. I wish which I do have my Switch here, but I don't have it in this room.
Mm-hmm.
But then I can probably figure out other little things that I jumped into.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
Well, for me, I I played Fortnite a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember how many matches I played, but I gave it a solid try, and I'm definitely gonna say like I get the appeal for it. For me, it's just not my type of game.
Yeah.
I did manage to be within the top 40 in one of my matches. I think I only played like 5 or 6 matches, so I got in the top 40. But I won't lie about that. And the only reason I managed to get that far was because I just so happened to land where nobody else was. And I was on my way to try and not get caught in the outside of the combat zone. And yeah, so and like I heard some fighting and I was like, okay, where I ducked into a room and I opened up my map to be like, okay, where is it closing? Do I need to keep moving? And then as I had opened up my map, someone started shooting at me and I didn't have time to react to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I again, like
I
said,
take some getting used to for sure.
I get the appeal for it. I haven't gone back to go play it since.
Yeah.
Also, my first experience with the game was interesting. I didn't realize I had queued into squads. I thought it was just like, oh, if you're in squads, you can be in squads, not auto queue into someone else's squad. I didn't realize I was like on someone else's team until half the team was dead.
Yeah. I've done that.
The worst part was like I don't know exactly which language they were speaking. It did sound like Spanish, but I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like there is voice chat, and like I just hear people talking. I'm like, I don't need to be hearing these other people talking. Like that's nice. Not realizing I was in squads.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was still learning how to that was my first time hopping in and learning how to play. And then I realized that that's what had happened. So then I hopped into solo queue, and that next game I got a couple of kills, and then I didn't realize that the boogie bomb or the boogie grenade wasn't a once it contacts with the surface, it explodes, because I threw it at a guy that was coming at me, thinking that it would explode near the top of the stairs where he was, because I threw it at the wall. It bounced off the wall, hit the ground, and I hit myself with it. And then I died.
It's like, why am I dancing?
Well, I knew why I was dancing, but I didn't.
But it's like, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. Mm-hmm. Or I've accidentally hit myself with my own boogie bomb and screwed myself.
But yeah.
So what you need to try now, though, is at least one or two games is do the playground mode to just kind of get used to. You can figure out like building and stuff, and get used to some of the weapons.
Isn't that something that they just recently added?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right. I might hop in and give it another shot. I know my oldest daughter's been really excited. She's like, "Oh, you're playing Fortnite," because all of her. There were a couple of her friends at school. They're like, I play Fortnite. And she's like, I don't even know what Fortnite is.
Yeah. I mean, my son's the only reason I play it, because I really wasn't I played a little bit of PUBG back whenever it was only on PC.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played enough of it for me, when it came out on Xbox, and I was just kind of like, eh. And then I didn't want to buy it again. Well, then, Fortnite's free. And I still didn't. I played it a little bit when it first came out, and then stopped for a long time. And then my son really likes playing it on Xbox, so I'd let him play it, and we'd take turns every now and then. But then when we both got it on our Switches, it was like, oh man, we're all in now. So.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I gave it a shot. I might still play every once in a while, but like it's definitely not going to be a game I'm going to go back to regularly. But another game that I played a bunch of was Paladins, because the Rise of Furia event launched on the Switch, and I think it also launched on the Xbox on the same day. But
yeah, I need to jump in on that.
If it's still active, like definitely play the event at least a couple of times. I think you get what is it? You get some diamond. You get a diamond chest for getting 200. I think you get one diamond chest for getting 100 shards, and then another diamond chest for getting 200, and then there's 2 regular chests also tied in there. But you only get those shards from playing the event, and the event is interesting. It's split up into two different things. Pretty much what it is the game picks 5 random champions, and then everybody on both teams play as one of those 5. So both teams have the exact same team members on each side. Mm-hmm. And then it's a race to the top to see how far up you can get in the tower. I think it's Drogo's tower. He's like this big demon dragon thing. But along the way, there are power-ups that you can pick up. And as you pick up power-ups, your whole team's ultimates charge. So if you get a bunch of those items as you go up the tower, at the end, there's this crystal that you have to break. Once you break that crystal, everybody hops into a team deathmatch, and it's first to 30 kills, I think. So the more of those items that you pick up, the more ultimate charge your team has when that match starts.
Okay. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
We'll have to try that out.
It was the first time I had ever played as who were a couple of the people. I played as Buck for the first time during that. Same thing as Shaolin. That was a match that did not go well.
I used to like playing the Shaolin on the computer. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. But so you can't you can't directly attack any of your enemies while you're going up the tower. However, you can use some of your abilities to either give you an advantage and like jump ahead, or use your abilities to get to those power-ups first. And one of the heroes, I think it was the time when I played as Buck, one of the heroes was Anara. So she had her stone wall, and the enemy Anara went and popped up her wall so that nobody could get through the door.
Yeah.
But she had it far enough away that me as Buck, I could use my jump to just jump over it. Like I saw her put it up, and I jumped over, and I just waved at her and kept going.
Nice.
But yeah, like the event is super fun, and Furia is super fun to play. One of her, I had been saving up my gold to be able to get her to level 12 as soon as she as soon as she was available. So I already have her at level 12. So I have all of her cards available, and I think the last one that you get is one of her best. What it does is she has this attack that is pretty much a giant solar beam that just shoots forward, and I don't know exactly how far it goes, but it goes a good distance. Any enemy hit by it gets stunned.
Okay.
But, one of her talent cards, if it hits an ally, it stops on them and just heals them for ridiculous amounts. I think it's like 2,000 a second, and it heals like almost 12,000 HP, which is nuts. So pretty much like if you
excellent for tanks, like like in the middle of like a capture point.
I had a Makoa on my team, and like he never died. If it wasn't on cooldown, I launched it at him, and as long as I did have a Lian on my team, and every once in a while she would use her grace where she slides in a direction as I go to launch it, and it hits her, and I'm just like, come on. But anytime I could get it on Makoa, like he had dropped really low, I got him with it, and then he didn't die. He just held the ground and just,
Yeah.
but yeah, and then she has another card. Her dodge ability, pretty much she spins backwards, and she launches a bunch of fireballs that are heat seeking or enemy seeking.
Okay.
And I have one build with her that is pretty much based around having 2 charges of that, so I can just constantly deal damage either by throwing her pillar out and then dodging to reset the cooldown on the pillar, and it's nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad I saved up the gold to get her to level 12, because she is one of my favorite heroes to play now. It's between her and
I just
Ash.
need to play that game more. Which, like I said, after the season's over for Fortnite, I'll probably like jump around more, because I've been wanting to play more Arena of Valor too.
Yeah.
Just because it's in the beta. Yeah. But man, there's a bunch of awesome free to play games coming out. Speaking of which, did you see that Warframe is going to be on Switch now?
That is a fantastic game. I had a blast with that. Things.
It just came out right when Destiny did, so I only played Destiny at that time, so I never picked it up. Like I downloaded it one time and never played it, so I ended up on my Xbox, But yeah, and I never got into it, but I definitely will now.
Yeah, like having it on the Switch is going to be awesome.
Right, and it's like a loot shooter too, right? I mean,
yeah, yep.
So.
And like
co-op loot shooter on the Switch.
And the best thing about it being free to play is that like there are some things that you can only get by paying money for it, but a lot of them are just cosmetic. And of course you can spend money to get like a particular frame for your character. Like for me, the group I was playing with Scarecrow and a couple other guys from the Mulehorn Gaming crew. And we really needed a healer. And of course I like playing healer. And I found one healer frame that was just, if you built it right, was near unkillable and just was constantly healing and buffing her, your allies. Mm-hmm. The problem is that to be able to farm the parts to be able to get it, it's almost near the end of the main story. So I was maybe, and I think it was like for $5 I could unlock it immediately. So I was like, for me, that was worth it.
Yeah. And I mean, why not spend a couple bucks to get something you want whenever the game's free, Yeah. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Warframe coming is going to be awesome. Yeah. So we both played a little bit of Arena of Valor. We've both played MOBAs before. How do you feel about this one?
I like it. I didn't know how I was going to feel about like using the controller, but I thought the auto aiming for it was pretty good. You said you had a few issues with it. I may have had like 1 or 2 times where it like launched my ability in a different way than I wanted it, but for the most part, I was wrecking. Like with I can't remember the hero's name, but she's the sexy looking dragon demon lady.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of what her name is either.
Yeah, she was awesome, and I had like 15 kills and 0 deaths when like everybody else the max kills was like 5. And I got MVP twice in a row. Like, so
nice.
I was like, yeah, I can handle this game. I'm good.
I'm trying to find the name because I know if I see it, I will know. Vera. You're playing as Vera.
Okay, I knew it was something with a at the end.
Yeah, and for me, I keep wanting to say it's Tara, but I gotta double check. Yep, it's Tara. Tara was the one that I really ended up liking playing as. namely because she was a self-sustained machine. And so her main role was tank, and her passive ability, like as she takes more damage, her attack power increases by a percentage according to her missing HP. And
oh wow.
Yeah. And if she starts to get really low, her ultimate like starts giving her crazy health regeneration. So it's one of those things just like she's very high risk, high reward. If you play her really close to the chest, she does insane damage. But she can one of her abilities is she pretty much jumps and does a slam attack, and it slows enemies that are hit by the ice that she generates. But you could also use that to run and then pop your ult and then pretty much get all your health back.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Man. Yeah.
She's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Vera, like, she does tons of damage. She's like a mage, caster, and does tons of damage. But I found myself in several situations where I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna die!" And then like she has one of her abilities does a life drain, also, and so I'd just like be about to die and then back up, and then there's the healing thing too that you can heal yourself, and yeah, I was just like sustaining myself also like really well, and just like massive damage. I'd have someone halfway down and I'd be like, I'm gonna take them out now, like because and there were some people. There's definitely a lot of people that are in the beta that it seems like they're just not experienced with the MOBA genre, because
that's fair to assume, because I think Arena of Valor's only out on mobile devices right now, so I don't think there's any crossplay between Switch and mobile devices.
Yeah. Which I'm wondering if they're going to do that, and if you have your account linked, you're going to be able to. Which I'm also wondering for Warframe, is that going to be crossplay, just like crossplay and cross save, just like Fortnite?
I would not be surprised if it's crossplay. I would be surprised if they allowed you to transfer your account, though.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know. It'll just be, I guess you would already have a lot of stuff, maybe.
I mean, I played it for a bit. I've got a couple of support frames and some weapons that I've been enjoying, but like I wasn't playing it super hardcore, and I haven't played it in quite a while. So
would you rather start over, or would you rather have all the stuff you have already?
I think I'd rather start over, just because I don't remember what I was doing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, but I just thought it'd be cool to be able to play on my Switch, and then like if I get a chance to play on my Xbox, I can play on my Xbox too. Just like back and forth, and play with my Xbox friends from my Switch, of course. So yeah, but yeah, and I was also wondering if Arena of Valor would do that too. That would be pretty neat. So
that would be, yeah.
With mobile and Switch, that would be good.
All right. Well, yeah, that's pretty much all that I played over the past couple of weeks, because we missed our episode last week.
Yeah. Hey, we came back with a vengeance this week, though, because we got an interview.
Yeah, and we're going to hop right over to that. It is with, you say his name, because I did not, and I don't remember how to pronounce his last name.
Oh, Antonio Gutierrez.
Gutierrez, yes. So, yeah, from
Excuse me.
Bromio Games. Or no, not Bromio Games, just Bromio. And we got to talk with him. I think it's just Bromio.
Yeah.
It's the studio that developed Pato Box. Pato Box. I keep saying Pento. I don't know why. Pato Box.
Pato is Spanish for duck.
Yes. But so we're gonna hop over to that. Enjoy.
Hey everybody, we are here right now with a special episode with an interview with Antonio Gutierrez, who is the game overseer for Pato Box. And I'm pretty excited to have you on, man. How are you doing?
Hi, everyone. I'm good, thank you.
Awesome. Well, Obviously, I don't know how obvious it is, but we have a lot of Switch users who are our listeners. But Pato Box has been out for a while now, about a month, right?
It's been out since March
on Steam.
Yes,
and it's about to come out as of right now. It comes out on the 9th, which on Monday. Today's Friday. Pretty exciting. I did end up getting my Switch key for it. I haven't gotten to use the motion controls yet or anything, but it's been great to just have on the go. It's very awesome. We've got some questions for you that we always try to ask the people we interview. Derek, you wanna hit us off with that?
Yeah. All right. So the first question we usually ask is, and in this case, how did Bromio come to be? Like, what's the history behind how you guys started up and decided to work on a game together?
Okay. Well, the story of Bromio starts on 2013. That's when the studio started as a game company. But since we were we are from Mexico, so here the video game development scene is very small. So we started doing projects to learn how to make games, because you're not an expert until you make a lot of games before, So we started doing mobile games and advert gaming and games for another clients to fund ourselves, to be a company. And then on the year 2016, we started doing our big first project that was Pato Box. That was our first PC and console release. Before that, we did 3 mobile games that are on the App Store and the Google Play Store. And but yeah, Pato Box is our very big first game that we feel it's a really big scale,
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah. I remember seeing the setup at PAX South this year, and I actually got an interview with Samir, which I might try to get tagged on to the article I do with this episode when we post it online. But I really love the setup because I looked over and I just saw this this person wearing a duck head, which. I was just like, what is going on over here? And I went over there and saw that it was on the Switch, and I was like, I got to talk to this guy. And I'll have you explain the game to us and stuff, but I went over and I was like, whoa, this game is playing like Punch-Out, and it looks like Mad World. It's got that black and white, graphic novel look to it that is amazing. So you want to tell us all about what made you decide to go with this type of game and that art style?
Yeah, sure. So the art style is very unique in the game since we only use black and white. And we choose that aesthetic because Pato Box was actually a small comic that a friend of ours did. He made a character and he did a 2 pages comic about the character, because it's really surreal, having a buff dog boxing and fighting corruption and stuff. So we saw that comic and we felt like we had to make this into a video game, So we really wanted to maintain the same aesthetics that the comics had. That's all black and white with the big thick lines and the really cartoonish style, but at the same sometimes dark.
Style, it's still pretty gritty. Yeah,
exactly. But at the same time, when you see a man with a dog's head, it's
whoa,
this is serious or is it not, or what's going on, So we wanted to do a really surreal experience, and we felt that maintaining this monochromatic style and this 2D with 3D really helped create this ambience,
Yeah. I really love how when you walk around in the 3D worlds, the characters and some of the items, they'll just always be facing you. They're flat, but they're just always facing you, so that it's 3D and a 2D, or 2D and a 3D world. It's pretty neat, and I like it a lot. Derek, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, for anyone who's listening to this after, I've been having some issues with my computer, so my webcam is off. So, we gotta go by audio cues. Well, the next question was how long you've been working on Pato Box, but you said you started in 2016.
Yeah, we started on July 2016. That's when we started like throwing around game concepts, like how will the game work, like if we're gonna use like everything on 2D or 3D. Because at the beginning, even we considered making a click and point adventure that had like 2D fights as well. But since the story of Pato Box started getting bigger and bigger, we chose to make a world where you can navigate and learn more about the characters and stuff. So that's why the game started to become like a 3D exploration adventure as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it even has some like the first level I played, it has like a stealth aspect to it where you have to like work your way around the spotlights or the cameras. But yeah, it's so far everything I've played has been really fun.
Nice.
Also, I love. Oh, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say. Well, the next thing was what was the biggest challenge in making Pato Box?
Well, the biggest challenge probably was working on black and white. Like sometimes you may think that not having color makes everything easier because you don't have to worry about them. But in this type of game, it makes everything harder because you have to be very careful on how you show things to the player. Because since you don't have like color to say, hey, this is dangerous or watch out over here, you have to like rely on other cues, like more visuals or animations or sounds. So it was really difficult for us to work everything on black and white. But that was like a rule we choose since the beginning. Like there cannot be any color in this game. So it was a good challenge, like it makes you try to solve things other ways that you wouldn't think if you could use color,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I actually noticed one of the audio cues for the first boss because I wasn't playing with my sound on at first, and I was like, I cannot block this middle electric bolt thing, and then I realized I heard it a little bit, and I was like, oh wait, and I turned it up, and yeah, I was like, okay, there's a little like sound right before it actually shoots the lightning, and I was blocking it every time then.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty neat. I was gonna say, so obviously with the punch out, which we're gonna ask a similar question of this, but with the punch out mechanics, I'm assuming y'all have had a lot of an experience and history playing Punch Out, huh?
Yeah, actually I was the one that had more experience with it. I think from the team, I'm the only one that finished Super Punch Out. So
wow,
yeah, and so I was like I was actually the main designer of the fights. I was the programmer that made everything like work on the fights. So yeah, I wanted to maintain that aspect of Punch Out that it's not an easy game. Because a lot of it relies on having to learn the patterns of the boss and having to react at the right moment. So that's something we wanted to recreate inside the game. But at the same time, we wanted to evolve the formula into something else,
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, like so the first boss she is like a mechanical engineer and has like robots that come and attack you too, and the lasers and the lightning and stuff. It's almost like working a puzzle in with a boss fight, which is pretty great for any game. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. Derek.
Well, next question I got is it kind of goes a bit more away from Pato Box. So Draco, did you have any other questions you wanted to talk about? Because you're the only one of the two of us who has actually had a chance to play Pato Box. I haven't gotten a chance yet.
Okay, well, and also, we talked a bit about the audio keys and stuff, but also the soundtrack, man. That's pretty cool. That's I read that it's an all original soundtrack by I can't remember the name of the artist, but
it's Control.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It's cool, man. How did y'all get that going?
Well, the guys at Control are a friend of us as well. So we got together and started like throwing ideas of what the game could sound like. And we wanted to do like a real surreal experience, like we wanted to make it like something you wouldn't expect from a boxing game, because on Punch-Out you listen to like very happy music and like that bumps you up to like fight and stuff. But we wanted to do something a little more weird with this, so that's why we chose to do like synthwave, something like Hotline Miami, something like 80s synthesizers, And
yeah.
I think with the aesthetics of the game, it works really good,
Yeah, for sure. Another thing I was going to say, I kind of had a brain fart, but I really like the story mode and then the arcade mode because, obviously the story mode, like I was saying, you go through the building and go through different little puzzles and stuff, and there's even little collectibles, which I actually have my own little Pato coin, what was it called? What's it called in the game?
Patoken.
Yeah, Patoken. I was like, and the little plush one that I got from y'all's booth, yeah, that's pretty fun. But anyways, the being able to go through the arcade mode though, and then go from boss to boss, it's almost like a way you can actually go through and learn the bosses if you want to. Or you can either like select the boss that you've gotten to, or go. And it's almost like you can practice or even just try to beat your time and stuff. So I'm guessing that kind of came from arcade standpoint, of course. Like you.
Yeah, and actually, when we first released the game, it didn't come out with the arcade mode. That was a free update we made. Almost, I think it was like a month later. It was something we really wanted to do, but we didn't have time to like get it all ready for release. But after like seeing the feedback of the people, the persons who played the game, we knew that we had to like hurry up and get the arcade mode ready, So, and we feel like it really complements the game because the fights are like something that you want to practice like a lot to be like better at it. Like just like Punch-Out, you can just fight and stuff. So that's why we choose to add it as soon as possible.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and even in the story mode, you can go back and do rematches, huh? Like in their little bedrooms or whatever.
Yeah,
it's pretty neat. Also, so as I said earlier, it came out a little bit later on the Switch and has the motion controls. I'm guessing that's what made y'all wait to release it onto the Switch, right? As y'all wanted to get the motion controls down.
Yeah, since we first like knew that we will be able to do a Switch version, we knew that we had to like use the motion controls, because it makes a lot of sense for a boxing game.
Mm-hmm.
Like
sure.
it's like, oh yeah, like people asked us before we even started like doing the port, like we're gonna have like motion controls, and we said yeah, like. It wasn't even a question for us, It was like, yes, of course we have to do motion controls for the game.
Awesome. Yeah, because even after ARMS came out, I remember, because that's like the only one that really uses them in like a boxing style, but I remember everybody after that was like, well, where's Punch-Out? Why don't we have a Punch-Out game? It's like, this is that game. This is the Punch-Out game that you wanted. So, yeah, it's awesome, man.
Thank you.
And yeah, I've been following y'all on Twitter and saw somebody doing it. Like, how do you like how that turned out? Like I said, I haven't gotten a chance to use the motion controls yet, but it's pretty smooth and stuff. You like it?
Yeah, it actually is a bigger challenge than doing like regular controls because the react times are like really different when you have to like really move and block and punch. So it feels like a new game for me, because. As a developer, I played the game 1,000 times before it was ready. Mm-hmm. And when I started developing the motion controls, it felt like something new again, like, whoa, this is like really different. Like I have to be extra careful of what I do, how I move. And I really like how they turned out.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah. So when you obviously right and left punch for the motion controls, but how do you actually do the dodges and blocks?
You have to like, do this kind of movement to the left or to the right.
Awesome.
And then to do the block is just like this.
Together? Okay, that's kind of like ARMS.
Yeah, exactly. Like ARMS was our biggest reference to work on the motion control because this is the first time we implemented motion controls in a game. So like trying to reinvent the wheel and do something like we didn't have so much experience. Like we felt like it wasn't going to like click on the persons that already play ARMS or have like experiences with motion controls. So we used that like our base and see if that worked for a game. And we felt like it's really something like natural to do, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And it's almost like, you know, if somebody's going to make a first-person shooter, they're not going to put the looking around on the left and the strafing on the right. You know, it's almost like a universal boxing controls now for motion controls almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. And it's the only one, besides ARMS. So that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. But yeah, Derek, go ahead and go on with the other questions. Yeah, so, unless anything sparked up from you.
No. I like I said, I haven't had a chance to play yet, so I don't really have any questions from a consumer and player perspective. But like I said, we've got some other questions that are kind of away from the game itself. But so far, what are some of your favorite games on the Switch?
Recently, I've been in love with Mario Tennis. I am like, I like fighting games and action games. So Mario Tennis is almost like a fighting game, So I'm really in love with that right now. Also, I love Splatoon. I also liked Mario Odyssey. Was like a really good experience, Like the last Mario game I played, like at the 3D World, was Mario Galaxy 1. So when I played this, it was like, whoa, this is like something really unique, something really cool. And also, I was playing the new Bloodstain game, Curse of the Moon, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep.
And that's like something like really clicked for me, It's like really fun, really like classic game, but at the same time, it's something new. So,
yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it's kind of like Pato Box. It's classic game, but a new game.
Yeah.
Classic game style, but a new game. That's awesome, man. Yeah, Derek's actually been playing that one too, and man, we love Splatoon also.
I still need to pick up the Octo expansion. I still haven't done that yet, but
man, I need to beat it. It's hard.
And then the last question, which you did kind of answer a little bit, like when you aren't making games, what games or what kind of games do you like to play? You said you like playing like action and fighting games. Is there anything else? What's one of your favorite games that you played, at any point in time?
Probably one of my favorite games is Chrono Trigger. For the Super Nintendo, it's something like it was like a really good experience because I've been a fan of RPGs for a long time, but Chrono Trigger did something like really unique for its time. The storyline is really good, the characters are really good, the combat was something like super new as well. So I always remember that game as something that really like a turning point in my gaming life, like, whoa, this is like a really good experience, new,
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Yeah, that's Chrono Trigger is one of those games that I'm ashamed that I have not played. It's one of my like, I'm sorry, because I know that's like supposed to be like a really good one. So
yeah.
You're missing out.
I know. Yeah, I was surprised it wasn't on the SNES Classic. So I'll apparently have to keep an eye out for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're a fan of RPGs, are you looking forward to Octopath Traveler coming out next week?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
I actually haven't played the demo, but I'm really excited to like just. I think this weekend I'm going to play it, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Derek is too. I mean, so am I. But
yeah,
he's a big RPG fan. You're what?
I'm super looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, Draco, any other questions?
Not that I can think of right now. I feel like I always end our interviews like that, where I'm like, I want to say so much, but no words. Yeah, but how about, I mean, in general, with the whole experience with Pato Box and getting into the gaming industry, what's your overall take on that, man? How are you liking that, especially being a game developer in Mexico that you know, there's not a whole lot, and we actually interviewed Guillermo with they made geez, I love the game, and Muaka. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what is the game? But yeah, he was actually on here a few episodes back when that game launched on the Switch. And I have noticed on Twitter that y'all are very supportive of each other. How is that? How's that?
Yeah.
How are you liking that?
I've been loving it. Like, working games, it's something that every one of us is like really excited to, like, since we are gamers, but we wanted to create our own experiences, you know? Mm-hmm. So working on games, having our game being released on the Switch, having like PC release, it's like really a really good experience for us, you know? We are really happy with what we're doing. And working here in Mexico, it's been hard, but at the same time, it's like really like good to have like that, like the good friends that also try to do games here. Because the community is like really small, so like you know who's making games and who are not. But having that community is like really good for us, you know. Like we're trying to move together to do like something greater, and we're hoping to grow. Like, you know, there's been the last year there's been a lot of Mexican developers that are trying to make bigger and bigger games, and we are really happy that's happening, you know, because
awesome.
Here in Mexico, we have a lot of people that play games. Like, I've been playing games since I have like 5 years. So I think that it's something like we can offer to the world, and I hope we can do better every time, you know?
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that's great, man. Yeah, community was the word that I was thinking of. I was like, that sounds like a great community to have, and especially it's I can only see it growing, you know, and you get to be right here at the heart of it, huh?
Yeah.
So that's awesome, man. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Derek?
I've got nothing else. I'm really interested. I think you had a Steam code that you passed off to me yesterday. So hopefully I get the chance to play some Pato Box for our next episode.
Yeah, so, for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to keep on playing, man. How about does Bromio have any other plans? Anything you can talk about?
Well, I can talk much because we are on the like beginning phases of seeing what our next thing is gonna be. But we are still like throwing ideas, prototyping and stuff. So we are not quite ready to announce anything, but we are like already working on the next thing.
Working hard.
Excellent.
Awesome, man. Well, it was great getting to talk to you. I can't wait to see more from y'all, and I can't wait to just sink my teeth into more Pato Box. Thanks again, man.
Yep, thank you. Thank you for having me.
And congratulations on launching your game on the Switch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And before we go, where can people find you or Bromio on any social media?
Okay, you can find us at Twitter. We have at Bromio there, or at Pato Box Game as well. And you can also get in touch with me at Tony EL3. And on Facebook, you can find us also as Bromio, and our webpage also bromio.com.mx. So you can always talk to us.
Excellent.
Awesome, man.
Thanks again for giving us the time, for coming on and talking about Pato Box.
Thank you for having me.
All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed that. We didn't have any messages from Hyperspace, so we're going to start wrapping things up. Draco, where can people find you?
You can find me at Draco Augustus on Twitter. And if you'd like to email me, you can email me at draco@mulehorngaming.com.
And as for me, as always, you can find me everywhere at ScrapGear. And be sure to follow Nindies and Indies on Twitter at Nindies and Indies. That's Nindies twice, because and was too long. And be sure to check out our home site, mulehorngaming.com, for all your video game and just general geekery needs. We got a lot of content going up there. Draco's been working himself to the bone on a lot of reviews.
I've slowed down a little bit lately, but yeah. I'm about to pick it back up.
Nice. And if you like listening to video game podcasts, be sure to check out the Analog Assault podcast, the official video game podcast of mulehorngaming.com. But that is going to do it for episode 19 of Nindies and Indies. Until next time, GG.
GG.